hear me up the back? Yeah? All right, awesome. So, squirrel. Why squirrel? They're cute little guys. You know, they're very inquisitive and curious and resourceful. Run around collecting nuts and stash them away for winter. So, how do we apply a squirrel to storing your energy? Yep. So, hands up, who has these? Come on. All right, you know how expensive they are. Probably paid several $1,000s, and you want to get the most out of them. But it doesn't really make sense to sell the power that you use and then have to buy it back later on, often paying about 4 times the price. And what happens if the grid fails? Then your inverter has to disconnect and your house can't run. So, illustration of the problem that we've got is you're generating while you're not using it. And then you're going to have to buy it back when you do need it, when you're at home doing what you like to do. So, solution is squirrel. Cute little box. It's about so big, goes on the wall inside your house. Has 3 parts. First one being this. Second one being a battery. And then a nice interface to show you how much you're saving. So the traditional solar arrangement that you have on the left, it doesn't really produce enough sometimes to cover the energy that you might need if you're storing it, just a plain battery. But Squirrel learns how you use your energy. He gets an idea about a pattern that you have and thinks that, you know, tomorrow might not cover it, so he'll buy energy and store it away just to top the batteries up when it's off peak and cheap. And because Squirrel becomes the hub of the electrical system in your house, if the grid fails, then you can still run. It's like battery backup for your house. So we thought we'd better check if this is a problem that's worth solving. So we sent the boys down to Westfield Marion and started asking people. They got approached by security and nearly got kicked out, which was pretty amusing. But the people they did get to talk to said that yes, it is a problem. 60% of them said that they either had solar or were looking to install solar. So they were very interested in a solution which could help them maximize the return that they get from their investment. Morgan Stanley also did some research into this. They surveyed 1,600 households around Australia and found that over 50% of them were happy to make a $10,000 investment for a 10-year payback, and they were happy to spend more if they got a better bang for buck. So, the industry itself, it's more than $24 billion. Billion, like, that's a pretty freaking big number. So, how does Squirrel work? So for us to make sure that the customer has a really, really great experience with the product, we market directly to them. We could even use lead generation sources such as solarquotes.com.au just to introduce the customer to the product when they're looking for a solar system if they don't already have one. We then engage with suitable solar installation companies that have been around, that well established, and give them good training and show them how to get the most out of the product, just to make sure that the customer has a really great experience. So this is what the unit costs, or the cost involved in production, sale. And your traditional solar system, like a 4 kilowatt example, payback period is about 7 years. With this, it's an additional 2 years, and then after that, the benefits are ongoing. So that's a 77% increase in savings. But the most important thing is, if you're installing solar, if you don't install Squirrel, you'd be nuts not to have it. Thank you.
could you start by introducing the team and your skill sets and perhaps where the idea came from?
Yeah, sure. I'm Adam.
I'm Jack.
Kim.
I'm Tom.
I'm Brian.
I'm Emma. I'm Kat.
Cool. I work in the electrical industry at the moment, doing electrical design. John's got some experience in
Industrial automation control and background was electrical engineering.
I'm studying innovation and entrepreneurship. I help with biz dev as well as market research.
Yeah, I also helped mainly with market research.
I'm with graphic design.
I'm also with graphic design.
And I do PR and marketing.
A lot of people with a lot of money solving this problem. Elon Musk, just one. How do you, and energy companies getting on at least the tracking side of data to be able to manage it. How do you feel that you guys are going to be able to do something more useful than what else is available?
Yeah, look, great question. The core unique aspect of our product comes from the AC switching. I suppose the big elephant in the room is the Tesla product. That's a great battery storage technology, but that's DC, and so it sits on the DC side of the inverter. So if you lose power, then the way the Australian standards are, it has to still disconnect from the grid. Whereas this sits before the inverter. So if you lose power, it can still run on battery backup. And yes, you're right, there are a lot of other people investigating it at the moment, but we feel we offer more value and more flexibility in the
It's unique.
approach.
And tell me where you're at in product development.
At the moment, the design's pretty, the electrical side of it is solid. It's a pretty complex animal, so we're still assessing certain other details, but we hope to have a prototype developed shortly.
Onshore or offshore?
The focus would be building locally if possible and trying to maintain as much, create as much of the value in the product and the systems here rather than somewhere else.
Any idea of an initial production cost budget, and would you kickstart this or something like that?
Yeah, look, Kickstarter or Indiegogo is definitely a
Yeah.
great option just to get the ball rolling. It would certainly help with the PR side and generate some buzz.
Yeah, we've actually got a few tech journals already interested because I sent out a press release and everything. So I think there's definitely a lot of interest out there.
You said $6,000 to make one.
Yeah.
That's at some sort of scale, I'm assuming.
Yeah, no, that's based on retail price, including buying a battery